purpose of this video is to demonstrate how an NHI primary care provider would submit reports of service after conducting a visit with an NHI beneficiary. A report of service is a report submitted by an NHI primary care provider, which includes information related to the nature of a physician visit. The process has been designed to be as straightforward and administratively simple as possible, while ensuring the NHIA can gather high-quality information to inform future program decisions. Let's begin. When you as a primary care provider register for NHI, you'll receive a user ID and a reset key, which will allow you to create your own password to access the physician portal, which is where you'll be submitting your reports of service. Whenever you want to change your password, you will have to request an additional reset key from the NHIA. So in order to submit a report of service, you must first log in to the portal using your user ID and password. After successfully logging in, you will be redirected to the report of service form. The form consists of three main sections: provider information. Your information will be pre-populated here based on your login credentials. If you work out of multiple facilities, you will have to select the appropriate facility from the drop-down shown. Beneficiary information. This is where you'll be required to enter the beneficiary's national insurance number, gender, date of birth, and full name, exactly as it appears on their NIB Smart Card. And lastly, encounter information. This is where you'll be entering more detailed information regarding the visit itself. This includes the date of the visit, the core code associated with the visit, the modifier code associated with the visit, if applicable, an ICD-10 diagnosis or symptom, and any lab test, diagnostic imaging test, or prescription drugs ordered as a result of the visit being submitted. Let's go into some of these items in a bit more detail. The core code and modifier code fields are pre-populated with the codes from the NHI physician fee schedule for your convenience, so you just have to select the one most relevant to the visit at hand. In the case of this example, we are going to select an intermediate visit. Next up, the diagnosis and symptom reporting subsection is where you'll be entering the appropriate ICD-10 diagnosis or diagnoses to accompany this report of service. The form has been pre-populated with a subset of primary care-oriented ICD-10 descriptions to make it easier when trying to enter a diagnosis. The field is built with predictive text functionality, so as you type, you will see the list filter down to diagnoses that you are looking for. In the case of this example, we are going to enter a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. If a diagnosis you are looking for is not showing up as you type, you can enter it in your own response using free text. All reports of service must include at least one ICD-10 diagnosis to be valid. But for a more complex presenting case, you are able to attach up to 5 ICD-10 codes per report of service. After completing the diagnosis and symptom reporting, you must now declare whether or not you ordered any tests or drugs during this visit. For example, when you select yes for lab tests, a drop-down list will appear with all the lab tests included in the NHI laboratory fee schedule. The various lab panels are shown first, with the rest of the tests appearing in alphabetical order. If you ordered a test that was not on the NHI laboratory fee schedule, you can select Other and then enter a free text response on the type of test that was ordered. The process is similar for diagnostic imaging tests, where a list will appear with all the available NHI tests listed in alphabetical order. For prescription drugs, you must only enter the name of the drug or drugs you ordered as a result of that visit. This provides the NHIA with a simple way of measuring compliance. For lab tests, diagnostic imaging tests, and prescription drugs, the form allows you to attach up to 10 individual tests and drugs per report of service. The final step of the report of service process is the consent and sign-off. As a primary care provider, it is understood that you may delegate the completion of this task to a staff member. This is completely acceptable. However, you as the primary care provider must acknowledge that you are still responsible for the accuracy and truthfulness of the information contained within the form, regardless if you completed the form yourself or not. After consenting to this accountability, you just enter the name of the individual filling out the form and the date of submission. Upon clicking Submit, you'll be redirected to a confirmation page, which will give you your unique tracking ID, as well as a summary of your submission. You may print this to keep in your records, but you will also be emailed the unique tracking ID, as this is the only number required if you ever want to inquire about this visit in the future. That concludes the report of service process. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@nhibahamas.gov.bs.